What's up, guys? It's been a great year for the Fiesta ST. So year one of ownership, got the intercooler done, 3-inch catback exhaust, did a cold air intake. Year two, did the 2J cowl, the cold air intake by 2J, the cowl induction. Turbo Technics S280, Bosch 30% injectors, Extreme DI high pressure fuel pump, 3-inch catless downpipe, and we are tuned for 93 octane and tuned for ethanol E40. I can't even describe how much power it has on E40. We're getting her washed one last time before we put it up for the winter. So after this, we're gonna head home, get it, make sure it's all dry, get it in the garage, get it up on the jack stands, and until the ice melts and the salt goes away, she doesn't come back out. But I had this thing on the track one time this season. Not very impressive numbers. It was a quarter-mile drag. This thing has way too much torque for the stock tires. I'm still running the Bridgestone Potenzas that come with it from the factory, and way too much torque on the tune that I have. The S280 is putting out serious power, and when it engages, it's not much different than stock. The pull is different, but where the stock turbos seem to be, maximum boost at like 2700, or when it starts to spool up, I'm doing maybe 3100 on the S280. So it's really not that much different than stock. Still has a lot of low end torque. So if drag racing is your thing, the S280 is an awesome turbo, but not good for that. S280 is probably better for road racing, autocross, because you're going to have all your low end torque right off the bat coming out of the corner. If you're really looking to make this thing a drag race car, maybe with a limited slip differential and slicks, you probably could do the S280, but you're probably better off doing some other option, like a Garrett turbo or something a little bit bigger. Now the thing's attempting to dry the car. I say attempting because it doesn't always get all the water off the car. But again, it's been a good season. I'm hoping maybe next spring, when everything melts, we get the car back on the road, I might try to do a limited slip differential and better tires. Then we'll get the thing back out to the drag strip, see what it does. I'm also going to try and get it dyno tested. I want to see how much horsepower it's putting down. Right now, it's all a guess. It's basically all a guess at this point. Talking to my tuner, the guesstimate on E40 would be probably 370 at the wheels, 370 horsepower. I'd like to actually see that number on a chart to know that that's real. We're going to work on doing that in the spring, because I want to know exactly. If it's only putting down 335 horsepower or 340, well, it'd be good to know that too, because I really don't know what it's doing. And when I get a chance to go get it dynoed, I'm going to have them run both of them. We're going to do some polls on 93 octane, and then we'll do some on the I might have to do it 2 separate trips. I'll have to do 2 separate polls or whatever, because I can't, well, I guess I could switch the fuel, but it wouldn't be mixed very well. So we're going to do a 93, and then I'll go back and do the E40 and put up an update so that everybody knows what this thing is actually doing. That way, if the S280 is the route you want to go, I will post up those numbers and put on there what I have on the engine. Pretty much it's all bolt-on. It's full bolt-on. Everything that you can put on this engine. Nothing internal, no cams, no head studs, no nothing. On the 93 octane tune, my max PSI for boost is 26 to 27. I guess depending on the outside air temp. When it's cooler, it leans more towards 27 PSI. On the E40 tune, I notice I'm hitting 30, like right at 30. 29 and 30, that seems to be. One time I hit 30.5 something. So, not 31, but over 30. I hear that 30 PSI is kind of like where you want to keep it on a stock block. I wouldn't recommend going over that. I've heard stories of people running way over 30, 35, 36 PSI, and they basically blew the head right off the engine. Stretched the head bolts, and your tuner will advise you, what to... If your tuner's really knows what he's doing, and he's really working with you, and you tell him you don't want to blow the head off your engine, he will tell you where to keep the boost, and he can adjust the tune accordingly to whatever you have on the block. But anyways, just wanted to put that out there. The Fiesta's going away for the season until the spring. Keep the salt off this thing. I want to make this last as long as I can in case it's my last new car ever. So this is the second Fiesta ST I've had. My first one, I didn't do anything other than a drop-in filter and a blow-off valve spacer. This one, not the case. All that stuff's been changed. Different blow-off valve, intercooler, turbo, injectors, pump, exhaust. I'm doing this one up, but I think I'm pretty much where I want to be. I was going to do the Garrett turbo, but there's something bigger than I have, but I don't really want to hit 45 to 5,000 to get my max power, because I'm not going to drag race it all the time. It's not why I have it. It's more fun to me to have the power down low, especially on the windy roads. But anyways, that's our update for the Fiesta. Again, it's going back hibernating. I'm going to have it up in the garage, all under the cover. And we'll see what next season brings. Like I said, I want to try to get it dynoed, and also want to take a couple of my longtime friends for a ride in this thing. I've already had the chance to take my brother for a ride, and I think I scared him a couple times. The amount of torque this thing has, it's unreal. But anyways, all right, we're out. We're gonna go put this thing away. Take care, everybody.